kills and a lot of good waves that they were catching.
Well, there are your two comps locked in place. Chiefs already with the 1-0, having handily dismissed Ground Zero in the first 25 minutes. They've changed up really a fair bit, much as you predicted coming into game number 2.
And say, I did everything.
Yep.
Like a classic solo QLA as Bio in.
He certainly is, and it's been timed that much better. Oh, he's flashed, but he's been locked in place by the twisted advance. How tanky is this Scion? Well, seemingly not tanky enough. There's first blood for the Chiefs.
Danteh so down.
I was curious to see if Babip would decide to do anything, but he's gone back to base. The fighting continues now. This is looking like a bit of an all-in in the mid lane. A flash away by mfis. Kisee tanking up minion auto attacks. Might die to those more than anything. mfis down to 100. Kisee is gratefully going to live as he levels on up, but maybe not live anymore as the roaming Bulldawg gets the kill.
The instinct flash from Kisee was nice, but just gets ignited and dies any individual champion that they could lock down. And with that said, Babip is past 6 as Kisee's the one caught.
He certainly is. Oh, so many flashes, so much CC, and a lot of damage as well. A big commitment from 3 different individuals on this Dragon. Might get a bit of an indication then of our first 5v5.
Yeah, straight into it being started. 4,000 health remaining. No chance to take damage from the saplings, but congesting in the river does mean Maokai can press his ult and twisted advance straight onto all of them. As here we go.
There's the Nature's Grasp to isolate them all out. The ult comes in from Tron, headbutts the wall, gets a bit dizzy, doesn't realise that's not what they're after. Inside the pit, it's easy pickings there for Gooby. Charm does find it, but the smash after is claims flashed out by Raes. And now can they find their target? They've got the lockdown, they've got the CC, they've got the target. But Bio is the tank, a little bit too tanky, but ultimately they overcommit the full set. And forcing it was successful. Chiefs can't answer back with a kill of their own so far. And are completely routed back to the mid-tier 1.
And Ground Zero, they'll group up for the Drake, they'll get the
do have, and that's something that we definitely highlighted from the draft.
3 members strong down here from Ground Zero, a 4th in Bulldawg, who has used his W just to close distance. They want Kisee.
That is the hard force that starts there with Gooby, but maybe it was all a bait. He's engaged in the zone, his team was zoned away. He says, it's not maybe the idea I was hoping. The execution was lacking, and Danteh is dashing across the wall despite the arrow connecting.
This team fight's going to be something to look towards as the Scion has just ulted.
Certainly has, curving the angle, looking for the target, and the target is found. Immobile carries like a J.
The way that you play it out, right? You have a pick composition, you have carries with limited mobility, and would you look at that? Bit of deja vu, just a different carry.
They just go from mid to bot and say, we can find both of you. We want it all. Kisee stuck between a rock and a hard place. 1v3, he's been in this situation before. Cannot find anything to trade this one out. He's buying time.
The Soraka roll.
The Soraka roll does come through, but it wasn't enough. They wanted to wish. Enemy lines out of sight and out of vision.
Saplings in bushes should be extremely safe, though, for Chiefs if they play carefully. BioPanther can face check as well. Aladoric.
Oh, the face check. Bulldawg, seemingly the focus right now, as once again Babip starts things off. Tron on his own. It's a Scion, but he's not that tanky. He gets taken out there by BioPanther, surrounded by multiple assault and battery onto the squishy. A wish, a flash on a Raes that can't evade them. And that bodes so well because Dragon is right there for the taking.
Super nice. Kisee a real menace right now, and Chiefs hunting.
No smite to contest though, that is the difference. So Gooby has this one on lockdown unless Chiefs have some burst to answer back. There's a TP on the flank. Bio on his own, he's trying to do it all right now. He realizes, don't want to be here anymore. He's buying as much time as he can, trying to be unstoppable. We're trying to get a kill!
He kills one.
He does get a kill! You can have your Dragon, but I'll go down swinging.
And with the teleport being used by Tron, ultimately does become a 1-for-1 trade. You take those on the back end, but still, when all is said and done, when the fight dissipates, very favorable for Ground Zero. Tron is super tanky, but they want him.
Yeah, they certainly do. He's flashed away. Look how much displacement they have. Bramble smash into Hammer smash into dead again.
Swung it in favor of Ground Zero as Babip in trouble.
He certainly is in trouble. The charm goes out, the lockdown is there, and Babip once again on repeat is taken on through as we now see a TP coming out of BioPanther. A blast cone on a chem tank map means you get knocked so far back. And that may have been the saving grace there for Ground Zero.
A bit more mistakes.
And don't be deceived by Kisee's KDA. He is farming off an absolute storm, hence still has the most gold in the game. On cooldown, that ultimate is there. You say his name, he gets targeted. Gooby forced to flash once more. Bulldawg trying to zone them away for the meantime, but in comes Babip. Charmed during the animation, dead. before we can even advance. Kisee forced to run away, another target locked in their sights when Raes realizes, I can't evade them. It's a little bit too frustrating, but the CC lockdown by Ground Zero is just so much.
And quite simply, the Chiefs hit, roasted by Ground Zero, who goes straight to the Baron buff. They do this surprisingly quickly, but keep your eyes peeled. Once again, the same trio as last time for the Chiefs, but Kisee is so strong.
Always risky to try and contest the Baron up against the Jace. Look at the damage, look at the poke. They can entertain a fight to try and remove Baron buffs if it does go on down. It's been smited, it's been claimed. Tron the first casualty. Now what more can they find? BioPanther inside the pit, trying to sneak away one kill. Aladoric forced to flash, not going to get knocked up there. In we jump! There's the double kill. And Danteh starting to do it. 6-0 on this Terry.
Bulldawg's back. Babip is back, and that should be enough to stop. Really, there's a lot of squishy targets there. Second item done for Babip. Maokai ult used.
It certainly is. Combine that with the Chain of Corruption, and Tron finds his 5th death of the game. What do Ground Zero? Does this benefit us if we steal 1-for-1?
Chiefs have taken the gamble here and said, we push mid, it is significantly faster. If you want to push top, we're getting an inhibitor. 3 minions left. mfis wants to try and Q to clear them, will do so. So the backdoor bonus kicks in, but it's going to be too late. The turret's already gone.
To burn the wish. Babip might have died to the tower.
And look at Ground Zero. They're trying to collapse perhaps instead.
Ground Zero is still sieging. Ground Zero will get the inhibitor, so they're taking the gamble, but it is Ground Zero with the Baron buff benefiting further. Has been picked up there.
They would have saw the recall from Varus, so they start this on spawn. They're going to play the game of timings. Babip, no twisted advance for a little bit. Cannot use the ult just yet. It's at half HP already.
It certainly is, but Tron is the focus right now. Lightning Crash active. Danteh looking to try and 1v9 in a corralled position like this. He finds his first shutdown, and that's boding well for them. Second kill, make it a double. Raes looking to try and answer back, make it a triple now. Can we run it down? Can the Kiwi King look to try and get it done up against the rookie? Now there's 4, and it is BioPanther denying the Penta.
Danteh wants that pentakill, he wants that 5th, but I think he'll just settle for a Nexus instead, Skimmy. Ground Zero, they've done what we thought was probably impossible.
They certainly have upset the balance of what was a storyline saying they are the heavy underdogs. A 10-0 Zeri, can you believe it? 31 minutes in, and Ground Zero do in fact bring us to a third.